Hey, we are back at it. Let's do this. You can be quiet now. Thank you very much. And let's take a look at this. Let's see. um, I'm gonna get started. I promise. I promise we're gonna get started. Just bebopping around, seeing what we got going on. Got a couple of things I'm trying to close out. Ookie, doo. Oh, shoot, man. All right, we're going to see how far we can get through today. We're just screwing around, playing some Sunkenland. Nothing special, nothing big. I wanted to do something and not just sit around twiddling my thumbs. So we're gonna get after it. Okay, so we finished up with the air. We don't have an air tank. That's the problem. And we need to make the big backpack. Ooh. Let's make the big backpack. Do we have 5? We have 11. Oh, let's do that. All right. Let's do this. And then we'll make the bigger backpack. And now to get us one more row. So now we got 2 rows going on here. And we need the handcrafted air tank. That's something we need. So we need more of the rubber and components. And we don't. I think we're missing like just a little bit of something here. So, what I'm going to do, oh wow, one of the things we do need to build though, so much stuff. We need to get one of this, which is another 4 and 6 of those, and we really need to be able to do that too. Okay, let's dump some of this stuff off in here because we're not going to need that in the next few minutes. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's drink a soda. Let's just cook this guy up. And then we'll run off and get ourselves some more goodies. Mac and cheese! Welcome. Components and rubber. Let me just see if I can think of where. I know there's going to be some over there, but that island is not a very friendly place, and I don't have anything that shoots right now. So that's going to be kind of a tough one. Ivan send Jug. Enemies are coming to my base. Oh, yay. Okay, so let's do this so that I have some way to shoot them. Let's do this. Let's do a roof. Right there. We're going to put a roof on all this stuff anyway, so this just speeds up what we're doing. Ah, pish posh. Click the wrong thing. Dang it. Okay. These guys are coming from a ways away because we built out in the dang, I got some eyes all of a sudden are just like ouch, dry or something. What we got? We got 47 arrows. So we built out here in the ocean. So like normally, let's just do this. Quit screwing around. There. Normally, most people build on islands, so these guys just run up and they get you pretty easy because you don't have anything. So there's 5 of them, so there's a few more. Hey, my eyes all of a sudden are like really dry. Oh, didn't make it. Which I don't have enough. Let's go ahead and just take these. We'll just finish building this out because damn it. I want to be right. Okay. Man, my eyes are like super owie right now. Where are you losers at? I hear them. I just don't see them. Oh, there they are. Oopsie. Oh, missed him again. Come on now. Ooh, sucks. Okay, this guy's got a helmet on or something. There we go. Okay, we're down to 3 more. Where are the other 3 at? There they are. Oh, you want to get Sparky. Okay, well, we'll just sit here and shoot you with arrows because we can. Oh, nice move. Nice move. All right, so there's one more. We'll just go down in the water and we'll find him. Come here, dude. Pick up some of the garbage they're leaving around my base. He's probably all up underneath here. I need to put defenses around the bottom so these guys can't just swim up underneath the base. There he is. He's right there. And just come up underneath of him and stab him. Okay, now we're good. Let's see. Shanice, this is... yeah, this game is freaking awesome. I love this game. It's a lot of fun. For such a simple idea of a game, he's done a really good job in building this game out. And the fact that he hasn't let it go and is just continuing to build on it, which is even better, in my opinion, means we're not going to get, just left behind. Oh, man, my eyeballs. I might have to take a pause here in a second. Okay, we need to make some more herbal, and that'll put that down there. We're 1757. Doggone it. Okay, well, this is probably a great time for me to throw some eye drops into my eyes, man, because damn. Ugh. I don't know what happened, but it's almost like as soon as I started streaming, they just started, like, freaking out. It's like they never were used. I didn't rub my eyes either before I started playing, so I don't know why they started having issues so fast. That feels way better. When I start coming up with the point they can successfully do eye transplants, I'm probably going to get one because I hate my eyeballs. They're so itchy all the time. Okay, back to the game. They didn't give me anything that I wanted. I probably should make a few arrows because I'm going to need them. I don't know if I should try to make a crossbow at some point too. Oops. Okay, we'll do 60 arrows. Let's see, what time is it if we go to sleep? Let's see, not bedtime. Okay. I need to get that piece to start fixing my armor, but I need those components and rubber to be able to do that. Oh, Mike, you know, when you're going through hell, you just keep your head down, dude. You just keep your head down. You keep your feet moving. Um, my dad, the best advice. So anybody who's watching, the best advice that my father, I think, ever gave me, hands down, was to be successful in life. The one thing you needed to do was make make uh, make 51% better decisions each day than you did the day before. So whatever you were going through, even if you screwed something up and you did something bad the day before, that's okay. You just make better decisions the next day. And every day you just keep trying to make more good decisions than you make bad decisions. And if you can do that in enough days in a row, you will find a way to be successful and get through whatever crap you're going through. And that was probably the biggest thing that my dad had ever told me that has stuck with me ever since. Um, and so anytime I'm going through shit and it's going crap, I always think to the point of, okay, how do I make 51% better decisions today than I did yesterday? How do I do that? And then I just keep trying to do that. Um, and you're never going to have good days all the time. You're never going to have bad days all the time. You're not going to have good months all the time. But you just keep trying to make better decisions every single day so that your life gets better. And that's the one thing that my dad had always told me, that his grandfather had told him, and I have just continued to try to stick with that philosophy. And I do not know why my dogs are losing their shit, because they are being beyond annoying. Um, but I'll tell you, the year 2025 has been shit for like just about everybody I know. I have not heard of anybody come screaming out of the woods going, man, 2025 has been such a great year for me. All right, hang on. But yeah, yeah. Mike, I'm hyper leader. Welcome. Yeah, this is a really fun game. I always enjoy this game. Every time I play it. Um, I'm really sad to hear that, you know, this month has been so bad for you guys. Uh, but the good thing is time keeps going, and because of that, it at some point in time has to get better. It has to. That's just how it works. And so you just keep your legs moving, and you just keep driving on as best you possibly can. Hyperleader, play a lot of Rust and looking for a new game. Let's see. Okay, so my first question always is, when somebody says, I'm looking for a new game, have you played 7 Days to Die? That's always my first question, especially if you've played Rust. Because that what, you didn't like it? Okay, so how long ago was that? I guess that's the next question, because the game has done a lot of changes. So if that was a few years ago, maybe worth taking a second look at. A few months, okay. Okay, so all right, so let's see. Sunkenland is a good game. So I have a lot of fun playing this game. It can be very relaxing and it can be very chaotic, but it is still a really good game. And you have base attacks that come, and you have all kinds of other. I mean, there's events and sharks and There's a tech tree and all that kind of stuff like that. So this game, this game really, honestly, is quite the game to play. And again, it's another one that's fun to play with friends. There's no PvP though to the game, so that's kind of the piece to this game that is turns some people off. They'd like to see PvP, but no, this is probably more complicated than Raft. If I really had to kind of make a piece to it. This doesn't really have any kind of a story whatsoever. This is just kind of a free, open world. Do what you want, fight the bad guys, find the tech, exploration. I cannot believe I just missed that. It was so horrible. That was so bad. I'm going to die because I was such a bad shot. 6. Let's stop the bleeding. Get the heal. This game is a lot of exploring to find what you're looking for, and fight the bad guys. And the more bad guys you upset, the more bad guys that try to attack you. And each level of faction that you play against. Oh, you got guns. Come here, buddy. Oh. Probably should come back, but I'm stubborn and I'm not going to come back. Raft has really got its own art style, its own piece to it. It's got its own fun. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I love Raft. Raft is a great game. I'm so slow. Come on, geezer. Stick your head up. Oh. Okay, let's go to the other side. This has got a lot of good multiplayer kind of stuff to it. And, come here. Come here, crazy. I saw you. Technology goes up and down. The AI is actually pretty smart when they attack you. They'll, as the tech goes up, as the groups go up, you get better. They use better guns and grenades and Molotovs and armor, and you got to try to make sure you're keeping up with them if you're going to attack them, because they will try to play whack-a-mole with your head if you're not careful. Oh, that was so lucky. He moved right back into that for me. Ooh, wait a second, what are you doing? Ooh, I got you. Oh, there goes one. There goes another one. What are we down to? We got 4 more in this place. Oh, this game's got a lot of fun stuff to it. To me though, even in the game that it is, it's still honestly more relaxing, if that can be a thing. When you're running around and shooting bows and arrows and getting shot at and that kind of stuff, it just has a really great soundtrack to it, and the music is really good, and it is actually pretty dang calming, in my opinion. The exploration, I think, is probably one of the funner parts of this game for me, though. I like the exploration in it. You run around and you're looking for stuff and you're swimming for stuff. But it's not the Subnautica level kind of, you're stuck under the water forever and ever and ever. And, there is no land. In this case, you do have land. You can build on it. That kind of stuff like that kind of changes the game just a little bit. raft, your base and raft is your base. I mean, you know, so. Oh, where are you at? Are you up there shooting at me? Let's top off my health here. Whereas in here, you've got your own building, you know, actual like real base, and I don't know. Yeah, this is more in-depth, stranded deep features. Yeah, that's probably a better terminology or way to put that. Is probably closer to stranded deep with enemies. I haven't played enough of Stranded Deep to talk super intelligent about that game. Okay, where are you? You usually are being a big fat wiener, hiding all the way back here somewhere. Are you all the way up on top? Last time, he was hiding behind the stove. Okay, well, you're not there. Where you at, dude? There you are. Oh, and I missed. Okay, we're going to do this the other way. You're not getting away. No, you're not. All right, we got it. Read that. We'll take all of that. Inventory's full. What the hell? Okay, well, eat those. We can ditch that. And then pick up the toy bear, take the disc, because those are things that we're going to need. Oh, no, I have enough. Okay, build the bed, faction flag. Dinger, ding, 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 ding. Wooden spear. Ew, need more scrap. Okay, scrap metal's easy. It's all the way down on the bottom floor. I want that, though. What? I don't have any room for components. Okay, we'll get rid of the glass. We need the components. Okay, let's go down here. Some scrap metal right back here. I got to get my spear put back together. Okay. There we go. All right, now they can't respawn here, and we've claimed this one. And we'll take this stuff over to the trader. Did I? No, I got my thing here. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. Let's do this. We'll keep those. Keep that. We'll put those there. So we open up that. Crossbow bolts. Don't need them right now. I need to keep these, actually, because I found out these broken items, not only do they work to help you make these tools, but if you have extras of those and you go and put them through the recycler, they actually dump out a lot of good stuff, like full levels of steel, or iron bars and things like that can take you a while to try to create on your own. So you want to keep those. Let's grab all this stuff. We're going to be kind of choosy here just a little bit. There's nothing in that. That's jank. Okay, where are we at? Okay, we still got plenty of room. Actually, I should just go ahead and chop all the wood up, but I want to make sure I got everything. Okay, we got all this. Let's go up top, and then we'll work our way back down. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, chop. I pretty much ended the Surrounded series. I don't want to say that I completed it, um, but it really kind of came to a point that we didn't have. I mean, we did almost all of the major um, POIs in the game, and so there wasn't really a lot left for us to go dig into until there was an update. I probably will come back to where it was at. Uh, I will come back to where it was at. Just just giving it a slight break. The game's a lot of fun, and I do want to come back and play it again. Um, I was just kind of hoping the guy would get an update out sooner than he did, and he hasn't. But I haven't dug into why either. So many games have come out. It is so hard to try to keep up. A lot of people would like me to play Vane and check that game out. Um, we got full pants? Oh, let's do full pants. There we go. We got full pants now. Now we just need to find a shirt. There's another game coming out that people brought up yesterday. Was that you? Maybe it was you, Ardem? Somebody brought up Ardem. And when I went and spent some time this morning looking up Ardem, I went ahead and signed up for the play test on it. So I'm signed up for it. The next time he pulls the play test out or adds more people to it, I'll play Ardem. But yeah, there's so many games. There's people that would like me to play Project Zomboid, Vane. What else is there? Crap, man, there's so many games. I'd kind of like to play a little bit of Green Hell again. It's been a long time since I've played that game. Kind of like to go back and give that a whirl. 7 Days to Die will always stay on the channel, but it's just trying to figure out, without having, hundreds and hundreds of dollars to constantly be going buying all these games, I kind of have to wait till the winter sale so I can take a look at a few of them and decide which ones we want to play on the channel. But Ardem looked interesting enough, and matter of fact, somebody else in last night's 7 Days to Die stream brought up Ardem as well. And so when you get a couple of people bringing it all up about the same time, it's worth taking note of it and just seeing what's there. So I put a ton of time into Green Hell. Really like I really like the game itself and the mechanics and what they have going on, because it really is a survival game. Now, I think the story or the progression of the story is extremely weak. You get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I'm built up. I'm going to chase a little bit of the story. And then 20 minutes later, you're done with the game. And you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't what I was trying to do. So that's the part that is a little bit of a pain. Okay, did I have everything I want to sell on me? I think I do. Okay, I want all of that. Okay, she wants that. She was way too fast on that. Okay. We'll take those. Oh, wow. You can get 3 of those for the 1 ring. Well, we'll see if we can. I don't want to give her the ring, though. If I give her this, she's... Nope, she didn't. Wow. Wait a second. Okay, I guess we're going to do that. All right, let's do the ring and do that. And see how much she'll give us all of those. Nope, she has a limit. Okay. And a soda. All right. We'll take our Coke and go. Even that didn't sound right. Yeah, and again, it's fun. It's fun to play. I think the building mechanic for it is very well done. So I don't want to take anything at all away from that. It's just when you get to the story portion of the game and you decide, okay, I'm going to finish going and looking for my girlfriend or whatever, and I'm going to figure out how to get off of this island. It happens so fast at that point. It's not like you're building multiple bases to go across this whole planet or this whole jungle. You're very much just to the story portion, and you're in and you're out once you get settled. And that's the only part, again, not knocking the game, but that's just the only part about the game that just makes me go, I think they could have done a little bit more with this. Like a lot of games that you have a progression, you kind of progress across the map at a certain point. Like the stuff you need is at the next better location. 7 Days to Die is a prime example of it. Because as you progress in that game, what you need is in the other biomes. So, the question is do I travel to the other biomes, or do I travel to them, or do I just make me a new outpost kind of base at that location? And so that's where you kind of have to make decisions in the game of how do I want to progress my own game at that point. Okay, the big thing we needed, let's put that in there. We need those, and we need this, and we're not going to use those right yet. Put that in there. Okay. I think we're going to build the repair station. Repair our armor. Yay! Yeah, as a survival game, it's absolutely a wonderful survival game. Completely 110% spectacular survival game. But if you want story, it's not your game. You're not going to get a deep... not the way they make it sound in the beginning. Because in the beginning of Green Hell, they make it like, oh my God, I've got to go save my girlfriend. I've got to, and they make it really intense at the very beginning. And then it just nosedives with, maybe we'll go save her. Maybe we won't. It's not, the world isn't going to end if we don't. It's that kind of thing to it that you just like, you could have done just a little more there to make me feel that it was important to go save her. And they don't really make it a very big deal that, hey, I gotta go save her. Okay, let's take the... Nope, I have that. I have bought it. I have both the scrap. Okay. Ooh, crud. Okay, almost made a big fat waste right there. Almost. Okay, build air filling station. We have that. We need a furnace, right? Yeah, we don't have a furnace, do we? We have 2 furnaces. We don't need a furnace. Electricity. That's the quartz. We don't need that. Simple purifier, the planter, the underwater planting pot. We don't need any of that. I don't really care about the wooden boat. It's not that big of a deal. We could do some lights, though. What would be nice with these right here is if they told you, like, how much light they put off. Because if you put the bonfire down, it definitely puts off way more light than the hanging lantern. And I think the standing torches put off more light, but let's just do this. There, that'll just put off a little bit. Okay. We need... ooh. We need the anvil. Okay, oh, shit on me with my brain. Okay. Let's load up and get ourselves a couple of pieces here. Let's see. We don't have... No, we don't have any of the good stuff yet. Let's put that up. We need regular... I'll take that. Put that there. Put this stuff here. We don't have... We need wall spikes. We need wall spikes. Wall spikes, defensive. Wall spikes, definitely. But we do need to make some stuff. Let's see. Oh, the end was horribly campy and dumb. Yeah, no, the end was ridiculously campy and dumb. I really, it really just kind of, it made me sad. I'll be honest. It made me sad on how much effort seemed to be put in the beginning of it, and then how just kind of it went towards the end. Kind of seemed like they were like, we need to get this out, so we're gonna rush this. It didn't do them any favors. I need this. I need the anvil, I think. Okay. Let's finish getting iron ingots. We can do that. I need two of those. I don't want to use up the rubber because I have enough. I do that. And then I can do rubber for the football helmet here. Armor, combat armor, need 4. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit there. All right, let me reject this. Yeah, the brain of every builder in a survival game that ever existed. Yep, pretty much. Can't make up my own mind to save my own life. But here, let me rebuild it like 6 times because, the first time it wasn't good enough. The story mode for 7 Days to Die. Okay, so here's, because I so willingly, you guys have to pull out my opinion out of me so much. My opinion on that is I really don't care. The game in its own right, in itself, is not going to be something that makes me go one way or the other. If it has, I hope that it has like this crazy, fantastic story. That is my hope. But if it doesn't, okay, I'm still going to play the shit out of that game. That's not going to change. And I think the game's going to get a lot of changes to it when they add the bandits to it, because then you're going to add in, humans fighting and shooting at you and causing problems in the world, and that's gonna add another layer to the game. So, yeah. Well, so they're talking about that there'll be two factions, and one faction is like the White Run River people, and then the other one, and I can't remember if it was the Duke as part of that, or if, yeah, White River, and then the Duke is separate. Yeah, yeah, and you can do faction based quests for either side. Now, how they tally that into a story and they make some kind of end game, I don't know. It would be cool though, is if based on the quests you do for one side or the other, that you get like the world changes. That would be kind of cool to me, because I would love to see the world change around you as you play the game. I think that would be awesome. Okay, I want this two-handed axe. So I need to get some more iron. This big long iron spear is really cool, but this iron mace is devastating. Devastating. All right, I think we're back and out to. All right, let's just do that. Okay, let's put our stuff up. We're off to see the wizard. We need to go explore. But we have an air tank now, so have anything else in there? Oh, let's take the rest of that and let's go put this up. No. We put those up. We can put those up. Okay. Let's put that up. We'll put that in there. We'll put that in there. We'll put that in there for now. Okay. Now we're off to explore. Yeah, there's so much that they've got coming for that game that I'm just excited about all of it. I know it sounds kind of cheesy to say something like that, but they really have done a good job with the game. They have. It's not like they've, just, they're willing to listen to people. They're willing to take a step back and say, okay, maybe the implementation of that didn't work as well as we would like. Let's take another look at it. They're willing to do those things and change how the game goes. And so to me, that's important, because I mean, you look at Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Oh my Lord. Did that just not explode? And they didn't listen to anybody. They didn't hear what people were saying. They didn't listen to what was going on. They just kind of ignored a lot of stuff. And man, that game from my understanding, is having a very, very rough time of it right now. And so I think nowadays with the technology that we have, and it comes to video games, you really have to just start listening to your player base. You really do, because if you don't, nobody buys the game. And then it tanks. And even the diehards are like, yeah, you didn't listen to anything we asked you to listen to us about. You didn't make any of the changes that we wanted. And now you're wondering why it just flopped. Well, look, I get it. You know, sometimes you want to make a video game because that's the game you want to make. But you got to be careful if you're trying to deal with a large group of people on a AAA game, that you don't just make what you want, you make what the people want. Because they're the ones that are going to buy your game. Oh, yeah. No, I stopped playing Call of Duty, man, back when it was World War? Call of Duty World War, I think, was the last time I played that game. It's been 20 years. Some of the concept games that they had that they've the concept of the game that they wanted to put out was really good. Like Infinite, I think. When I saw the idea of Infinite, I thought, okay, that's got promise. I like the idea of maybe taking it to space a little. But then they just didn't execute on it very well, and it didn't do very good. World at War, yeah, that was it. But they also tried to go into space at the same time when space games are a dime a dozen. And there's so many space games that, I mean, that's their bread and butter, is to be a space game. And so you're trying to stick your nose in a genre that is well um, developed and used and understood and already has huge communities in, and that just you're gonna struggle unless you do something that none of them have done before, and that's hard to do because a lot of these games have done. Yeah, well, and so see, and that goes to the concept of when a developer becomes a publicly traded company. If you look back at a lot of the games, the publishers and the developers made really good games when it was just them making a game and they didn't have to satisfy shareholders. Now, all of these companies are publicly traded, all these big publishers and stuff are publicly traded, and now it's all about, well, we better not screw it up because the shareholders are going to want to see their growth and get their dividends. And if we can't provide that, then they'll sell off all their shares and our company will die. And so that's what happens now. It's unfortunate. Ubisoft is prime example. Prime example right now. They literally just told the stock exchange to delist their stock because they ended up delaying their first half of the year financial report, and their stock prices have been plummeting for the last 2 years, and Ubisoft may be done as a company. All those people that thought they'd make money off of it and invested in it and bought that company are probably going to lose their shirts right now. And the reason is because they tried to put profits over developing a good game. and they took the passion out of it, and they just kept turning out the same stuff every year, year after year. And now it's bit them in the rear end so freaking hard that, yeah. And shareholders don't care. And shareholders don't care. They just want, all they care about is sales. Are the sales up? Are you selling more of this version of the game than you did the last version? So just even saying, no, I didn't sell more, but we sold the same amount, isn't good enough for shareholders. They want to see more and more sales and more profits. I think Far Cry series, I think it had a really, in my opinion, and a lot of people disagree with me on this, so I understand it. I liked the changes that they had been doing to Far Cry with locations, and occasionally they changed a little bit of the way the gameplay worked. I personally believe they had a very good format to, yes, just I don't want to say completely reskinning it, refining it. If they would have refined some of the gameplay and they refine some of the gunplay to it, you know, they could keep turning out every couple of years, still a very winning game, without trying to change the world. I liked Far Cry 2. Did the format change much between Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 5 or 6? No. I personally was okay with it. But again, shareholders. And they started taking over and making it very, 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 very hard for developers to try to come in and say, hey, we want to change this functionality to the game. And develop, and then, you know, the shareholders get to say their 2 cents, and well, that just screws it all up, because then they're like, well, no, why change it? Because it worked last time. Grim Reaper, welcome. Yes, Far Cry 3 was awesome. Hands down, I will totally agree, and I'll argue to the grave. Far Cry 3, in my opinion, Voss was one of the worst villains in a video game, bar none. And I'll almost fight somebody over that. When I first ran across that character playing that game, it really elicited an emotion from me. Like I was really wanting to kick this guy's ass. More than any other video game villain that I had ever played against in the past. And then as you understood the character, by the time you got to the end, part of it was like you could sympathize with the character. And so because you could both hate and love him, or love to hate him, that made him probably one of the greatest villains in a video game ever. I would still literally, having this conversation makes me want to go back and play that game. I'll be honest. Pagan Min was a bit of a twat. He was just too weird for me. 100% too weird for me. But the storyline was good, and again, it's another one of those ones. By the time you got to the end of the story, the complex character creation element for the NPCs was crazy in depth. It was very complicated, because where you thought There should be good people working together. They turned out to be kind of villains themselves. And in doing that, you then realize, well, they're kind of not good people in their own right and in the way they want to implement their visions. And so I think those two games gave a complexity to the overall that between those two gave a greater complexity to characters, to storylines. Um, I think they went with what was going on in the moment when they made Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 again. I thought Far Cry 5 was a fairly good game. What I didn't like about Far Cry 5 was the fact that it got kind of weird in a couple of spots where you had what would normally have been a fairly good story went off into the weird, like with the aliens and the teleporting and those kind of story elements that they put in it. I'm just like, what? No. Now, the religious fanaticism, again, I thought they were just taking advantage of the time and things that were going on in the real world to use that to their advantage. Okay, so they did. I think what was the guy's name? The actor for that. He plays in the Fallout series now. Doggone, what is his name? The guy, yeah. Well, so the Seed family was a little bit weird because they weren't actually family, and when you play Far Cry, the follow-on that has like the two villains' sisters, no, let me look here. Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins played the father. And New Dawn. So Walter Goggins plays the father in both that game and in New Dawn. And then when you get into New Dawn, he has a son. And so that character alone has like a lot of depth to that character that you don't really realize until, he was the father. Yeah. You don't really realize how complex that character was until you play New Dawn. And so that's the real kicker about it is I don't think he got enough credit for being that character. Primal? Oh, what? Okay, so hang on. We don't talk about Primal. Look, I actually enjoyed Primal. I thought it was really cool to take a game back to a point where guns weren't completely the main part to the game. Yeah. Yep. Um, so there's in Far Cry 5, New Dawn, and 6 with the black guy, the Cuban dude that plays the boss, the leader in 6. I think those characters, those actors brought those video game characters to life. And in games where they are doing that, I think you're seeing a far better resurgence of you get a far better game character. Again, though, not I'm not saying that's the whole deal, but just between those characters, I think they've made the acting became better for the character. Well, I'll completely agree with that. The whoever did Voss, hands down, was it, that's a that's that's a that's a hard character to follow. Because Voss was just he was just that character that was just so intense. Um, I really need a shirt. I need some more ore, though. What's my ore thing say? Copper? I don't want copper. I want iron. Which way do I gotta go? I gotta go this way. Voss is one of those almost once in a generation bad guys that you just. It's just hard to be able to. I don't want to go. I know where this stuff's at. I'm gonna die. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we got? This is Devon. Thank you. This is Devon. Who is the actor that played Voss? Because I don't think I've known. Oh, I didn't top off my air tank. I didn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, you after Heath Ledger's Joker, there is no way in the world that I would have taken on that role of the Joker. I wouldn't have done it. I'd have been like, nope. When you hit perfection, anybody who follows up afterwards, Disney, welcome. Anybody who follows up after a role like that, you're always going to be compared to that person, and it's always going to be you. Even if you gave a stellar performance, it wouldn't be good enough. And that's the downside. Like every Batman that came after Michael Keaton was, it was after Michael Mando. Okay. Everybody that came after Michael Keaton's Batman, you were constantly being compared to Michael Keaton, and then I think all of them fell short of Michael Keaton. I just do. And it's nothing personal to any of them. I just don't think they had the same darkness to them that Michael Keaton had. He just had a real chunk of darkness to him that just made that character work best for him. And for Heath Ledger to come after Jack Nicholson in playing the Joker, that speaks volumes for his skill set. Volumes for his skill set. Because I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't have wanted to play Joker after Jack Nicholson. I'd been like, no, that is just about freaking perfection. So it's hard to. All right. I got to get some defenses put up on the bottom here. We got 3 more. Where are you at? You're hiding. Okay, where are the other ones? Ooh, I almost walked right off that edge. There's one more. All right, we're going in. Where are you at, buddy? No, God, what's that guy's name? It's not that he's a bad actor. I just don't think he brought the right energy to the Joker in that version. Oh man, I'm trying to. What is his? Okay, let's sleep. Jared Leto. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I just don't think he went for more crazy and not enough dark disturbed. I think is the piece to that, because Heath Ledger's Joker was very dark disturbed. It wasn't that, I'm just batshit crazy. It was there's something torturous behind that I just don't think that Jared Leto really could even compete with. And that's what hurt him on that role. But he also tried to pull off Morbius, and I didn't think that. Is that the same one? Yeah, that's the same guy. I don't think he did a very good job in that either. So maybe I'm just biased to him. Did we did top off our air tank? Okay. Let me just hit a quick save. Ashton Martin. I don't even know his name, but I already know the curse we speak of. Yep. Okay, you got it. That's the funniest response ever right there. Is that the Gotham series that's the cartoon? Oh, okay. I don't think I'm super familiar with that one. Uh-oh, did I just hit hide UI? Dang it. Show UI. There we go. Thank you. Okay, we need iron. I know where to go get iron. We need iron. Go back over here by the main island, in between it and the mutant settlement. There's all kinds of iron. Yeah, Leto is not. I don't want to completely hate on him, but I don't understand why people like him. Some people like him so much. I just I just don't. He just doesn't come across to me as an actor that has played any of his roles above and beyond. Like, he's played a solid role, but he's not a. He's not. He wouldn't be my first pick for any movie ever. Gotham series. Okay, I might have to actually take a peek at that series then, just because it has so many backstories to it. But yeah, Jared Leto is just, I, I don't know. I never thought he was that good. I didn't think he was the right character for Morpheus. I definitely did not put him on my bingo card for playing the Joker at all. It just was not even remotely my choice. And I mean, I applaud the studio with trying to go with him twice in a row, but that was a wrong choice. It really was. It was just a bad choice. I don't know. I'm not going to sing his praises, but I'm not going to totally hate on him. I'm sure there's a reason that he's been picked for these roles. For the life of me, I have no idea what those reasons would be. Okay, we're going to go. Yeah, it's going to take us over there. I think that's stupid. I love Robert Downey Jr. I've liked a lot of his stuff. You know, he made bad decisions, and being able to make a comeback like he has is fantastic. Um, but you get one really life-changing character to play in your time. And once you get that character and you get that role, you if you do much more, you get yourself kind of greedy. And to me, that gets you in trouble as an actor. You're risking a lot when you start doing that. Um, and so that's my only downside to him playing Doctor Doom, is just that, when he came out and said, "I am Iron Man," man, that's one of those iconic lines with an iconic actor that just made you get up and squeal, because it was so good and it was so fitting. He should have just taken the win with Iron Man. He should have just said, "Okay, I got this. I'm winning with this one, and I'm gonna take it and go." Um, I, it had to have been money. That's the only thing I think of, is it just had to be money that convinced him that, okay, I should do more. I just don't. I'm just not a fan of it. Just not. Okay, did I really use up that much oxygen that fast? That's crazy. There was a shark around here at some point. All right, well, let's go back and get. We need this iron, so let's go back and start doing some of the iron. Oh, really? I didn't realize that he had contracts he still had to fulfill. Well, if he had contracts they still had to fulfill, why did you kill him off? That just seems like some short-sightedness going on. I don't know. Again, for me, it's just hard to say. I think Marvel it peaked when the Thanos storyline stopped, or maybe when you brought, I don't know, what's the second movie that Thanos was in? There's so many of them now, I can't keep track of them, but um, yeah, I guess that's a good point. They could have brought him back through that. I don't know. I think as soon as Thanos was defeated, it just, to me, they should have worked on something else. There's other stories in the Captain America universe back, for World War II that Captain America had that was, phenomenal from the comics. You had, I mean, they didn't even explore. Uh, they did no exploration, as far as I know, of Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's got he's got a deep storyline in his own right from the movies, or from the comics and stuff. I think there's way more you could have done with the Hulk. Um, yeah, I see, but I'm with um, I'm with South Park when they freaking made fun of that. You, you just too much of a good thing is can be too much, and I think they found a good thing. I just think they're yanking on it way too hard, and some of the stuff that they put out afterwards hasn't been that good. And that's the part that's kind of saddening about it. It's like, okay, we went through and we created this massive phenomenon, but then we're going to yank on this so hard. We're going to put out all these other movies. And then you got a bunch of people who know nothing about the comics, they know nothing about the characters, that then come in and start writing these storylines. And they don't know anything about them. So then they have stuff that they would never say, they do stuff they would never do. You put them in these really weird stories, and then you get some of these actors. Hands down, I'll call her out. Brie Larson. Oh my God, her head went so big and exploded that it just absolutely destroyed that character. Because I could not look at the character past that arrogant woman and her garbage that she threw out there. Just couldn't. I know some people can, and it's not that big of a deal to them, but it just got me big time. Um, and then some of the stuff they put out from Black Widow. Look, I have no problem with any of the characters that were in the Black Widow. And what's that? What is that other group that they called them? The not the was it the not the Thunderbolts? Is it? Um, or was that the Melissa McCarthy one? Um, it was Thunderbolts. Okay, yeah. So I didn't. That movie didn't resonate with me really at all. Um, Not that the characters were bad. Not that the characters were bad or the actors were bad at all. So I don't want to. I don't want to take that away from any of them. I just didn't think the story was. It didn't have me screaming for more like like the original Iron Man did, and Captain America did. and the not the Tobey Maguire. What's the young kid that's playing Spider-Man now? Oh shoot. Anyway, the young kid that's playing Spider-Man now. His Spider-Man. Those movies there, Tom Holland, made you really want to watch more. But like the Thunderbolts did not make me want to watch more. Captain Marvel, again, it had some good actors in it, but it just did not make me want more. It's like, okay, well. But again, maybe I'm just not a super fan of those characters and people who thought it was wonderful. I just saying, when you're going to try to go 4 phases of all of these Marvel movies and you're going to create so much content based on these Marvel characters, your first few movies every single time they have to be making people just be like, I cannot wait till the next one comes out. I'm so excited. And none of those movies did that to me. I just didn't feel that way with them. Which is kind of unfortunate because I love the Marvel Universe. I really did. And I love Captain America, Hulk, man. Some of those guys were like my absolute favorite. But it's kind of the same thing that happened with the X-Men. I was a massive X-Men comics fan as a kid. Huge. Loved them all. Loved them. And I was so glad to see them come out. But they got to a certain point where the movies were just kind of like, okay, it was all right, but it didn't make me crave for more. So now when they got those movies coming out, I'm like, I'll catch it on streaming later. I don't really care. And now that Ryan Reynolds isn't going to be Deadpool anymore, I really don't care. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, don't care. Because he was the only person I've ever known to make that really worth watching. Yeah, Armageddon and Newer weren't worth watching. I absolutely agree. I don't think that they were all that. Again, there's people out there that are, super fans that would say, oh, I'm a big fat idiot, and I might be a big fat dummy when it comes to them. But if you're going to get me to pay $65 to go to the freaking movies to watch one of these movies in the theater, I better be leaving the movie theater feeling like that was one of the greatest cinematic events I've ever experienced. Because if I don't, then I feel like I got ripped off. Just kind of how I feel about it anymore. Back when movies were, you could go to the matinee for $6 or less. I'll go watch it at the matinee and no big deal. But nowadays, just to go to the theaters it costs you more now for popcorn and stuff than it does to do the tickets. That drives me nuts. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds isn't doing Deadpool anymore. Deadpool with Ryan is dead. Legitimately. Something happened between him and Marvel, and he was like, well, y'all can. I think part of it was, if I remember right, there was a statement in there somewhere, him saying that they wanted to PG-13 Deadpool, and he was like, oh, absolutely not. Hell no, we're not doing that. And I think that was part of it. I don't want to say for 110% that's exactly what it was, but I'm fairly certain that was part of the problem. Cloth. There we go. Need to make a shirt. Dang it. We need a shirt. I didn't want to do... Okay. that back. Put that back. I'm gonna go sell those because I need a better. Okay, so maybe yeah, maybe he is gonna come back and tease it. I personally, I think he'll fight it. I think he'll be done with it. He's got way better prospects of things to go do. Um, I don't know. I don't know if we'll see him back in the same capacity. Can I split that in half? Why can't I split this in half? You got to go to here. There we go. Okay. All right. Oops. Let's go to the trader real quick here. Oh yeah, no, Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I even go back and watch some. I've seen some stuff show up on demand of some of his older stuff, and Jiminy Christmas, he can crush. He has crushed so many roles that he has had. There's really not a lot that I don't like him in. Even in the little roles that he has had, he's still done a great job. The Proposal, I saw The Proposal first with him in it and thought it was fantastic. Clerks, Mallrats, um, what was that assassin movie? Doggone it. Oh, I can't even think of the movie name anymore now. I just saw it the other night too. I was just watching it. Um, what was that? Yeah, Waiting. Waiting was a pretty good movie as well. Okay, you need more than that. You heifer. Um, okay, we'll do that deal because I need at least one. Oh, what is the name of that movie? It's killing me now. I gotta look it up. Because I just saw the movie the other night. Free Guy was a great movie, but he was already big at that point. I thought he was hilarious in Blade Trinity. I really did. A lot of people didn't like him in that movie, but I thought he was freaking fantastic. Um, uh, Smoking Aces. That was the movie I was thinking of. Smoking Aces. He played an extremely emotional character in Smoking Aces. Um, thought it was absolutely fantastic. Smoking Aces was. Um, thought it was a great movie. Yeah, Blade Trinity. He was in Blade Trinity. He was a character in there, man. He, he was freaking phenomenal in that movie. I mean, he had me cracking up in that movie. I mean, like legitimately cracking up at him in that movie. I loved him in that movie. Um, I know that him and well, what's his name, did not get along very well. Um, but I thought he did a phenomenal job in that movie. I think I want this place next. Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I think Wesley Snipes. I think there's an interview out there where Wesley Snipes, like, I freaking hated him. It was like he's so childish, and I mean, like he really. There's 28 guys here. No, we're not taking on 28 guys. But I thought he was hilarious. I thought he did a great job in Blade Trinity the whole way through. Totally relatable character in my deal. Well, yeah, I did back down from a fight. Why you gotta call me out like that, man? I just didn't want to take on 28 guys right now. There's some smaller camps that I could take over pretty easy, so I think I'm going to take those first. I guess they're right here. You gotta give me shit, man. Oh, I was way off on that. Okay. Oh, you dirtbag. There was only 12 guys here, so yeah, that's right. It's a tactical maneuver to the rear. Stick your hitter in that corner. I know you're going to. You want to. You need to. Can't help it. Oh, right in the nutsack. Oh, they threw a grenade. Oh, now we're cheating. We got to cheat. Oh, I'm bleeding. Making me bleed my own blood. Well, if you're just going to sit there like that, I guess I'll take a pop shot at you. Ooh, that hurt. Okay. Let's get the goodies. Where's the good? You don't have any goodies, you jerk. Oh, I got a grenade. Now I have a machine gun. Ha, 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 ha. Ouch. Let's heal that up. Rest of them are up top. We got 6 more. Holy cow. Oh, you had a gun. Oh, you turned around with a gun. Come here, buddy. We're going to take you out. let me do this. In the nuts, in the nuts. Medieval Mom has joined us. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button. Okay, is he up there, or is he just right here? What we got 3 more of them. Ooh, oh, gotcha. Tickling. Get him quick. Oh, ouchies. All right. Woo. Oh, you dirtbag. Sitting there wondering where I'm taking damage from. He's standing up behind me. I am having a pretty good day. I am. How about yourself? Hopefully the kids aren't driving you nuts. At least not any more than normal. Okay, let's have a little fun. Oh, he's the only guy left. Okay. Whew. Oh, you sneaky poo. There we go. Oh, now you went right where I wanted you to go. Get some. All right, we cleared him out. All right. And the goodies are up here. There it is. Harpoon gun. And a bunch of stuff to sell. Let's go down here. Take all of that. Okay. Can't remember if there was something high up here. Yep. How much can I take? Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, I can't take the neon woman. What? Ripped off, man. Actually, put that up. Put this back down here where it belongs. We got one there. I don't know why I brought that along with me. Okay. Well, my inventory was full. I could pick it up. I just need to go back up here and get it. The expensive wine and the neon woman. I don't think I have what I need to be able to make a thing for this. We'll figure it out here in a second, though, once I finish looting everything. Okay, I think it's all of that. This game gets so dark sometimes. Ooh, wow. Okay. They're definitely not letting me take all of that. Let's go. Consolidate. Okay, I need to take that. I think I have enough there. So let's do this first. Let's build the faction flag so that they don't come back. Okay. Now I own this too. And we're just going to have to come back because there's just too much good stuff. I need all this stuff for building. And it's nighttime, so we will cruise back to the base. It's not that far away. Keep turning. I don't know if the sailboat moves any faster. Oh, between DayZ and uh, Rust, man, those games, the darkness on those is, in my opinion, completely unreasonable dark. Like, it's so dark that at nighttime you can't do anything. Oh man. Oh man. Sorry to hear that, medieval mom. That's that makes for a rough day. my, my granddaughter this morning, oh my good Lord Almighty. She absolutely killed me this morning. So she's sitting there with applesauce, and my daughter goes to get her a spoon, and she puts her finger in the applesauce. And my daughter's like, well, I told her, I said, take your finger out of the applesauce and lick it off. Your mom's bringing you a spoon. Well, she touches her two fingers together and rubs them together. So now she's got applesauce on her index finger and her thumb. And she licks off her index finger. I'm like, okay, it's too early in the morning. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So she gets her spoon and she gets told, okay, what did her mom say? You don't have to take that big of a bite. Look down at what you're doing. And I think she completely just looked up. Like she didn't hear her mother speak at all. Just whoop, right over her head, like the whole world had just shut off and she didn't know anything about how it functions or what goes on or anything. I mean, it just floored me. I'm like, really? Did she, like, what just happened right there? Did she literally did her brain just break? What? How did that just occur? So yeah. I had to tell my daughter though, I'm like, that was not you and your brother when you were little. You guys were pretty smart. You guys had things kind of figured out. It wasn't that big of a deal, but that right there is the craziest thing I've ever seen. You literally told her one thing and she completely ignored and did the entirely opposite thing all the way. Wasn't even like a partial, like, oops, I wasn't listening, my brain wasn't functioning, you spoke too fast. It wasn't any of that. It was just plain straight, literally, I did the opposite thing that you just told me to do. I was so floored. I'm like, seriously? Really? That's how that works? It was too much. Too much. for my brain to handle early in the morning. I was like, I can't do it. Okay, I can... You know what? I need to put these gun parts. I need to keep the gun parts now. Make sure I didn't put anything in any of these that are gun parts. Okay. All right. We need more of these modern parts. Can we make modern parts? We can make modern parts, but they take a lot. Ugh. What is tier 3? Takes 5 modern parts. Mm. Where are we at here? 146. All right, we're going to go run to the trader. I need to get the guns kind of sorted here pretty quick, too. This is where this game works really good when you have multiplayer. Even if you just have one extra person playing with you, it works so much better. Because instead of running around, kind of like 7 Days to Die, you run around and you have to do everything by yourself. It takes you so much longer to get through the progression than as if you had somebody who was helping you out. And they could run off and do some stuff, and then you could run off and do some stuff, and yeah, you could just divide and conquer the whole thing. Okay, I want my piece of medicine back. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take those. Oh, my eyeballs, man. Okay, don't want to give me the whole list of them. Okay. That's a good enough deal for me. I guess I'm going to have to make some modern parts, because if I don't, I'm not going to get what I need quick enough. Let's get back over here and see what I need to make. I'm going to have to probably do... Yeah, everybody needs a base bomb. Or at least somebody who's really good at doing the base mom kind of work. Because I love to just run out and go loot and grab stuff and bring it back. You tell me you need something, I'm going to go find out where it's at, and I'm going to go loot the hell out of it, and I'm going to get what you need. But I didn't even make myself a new spear. Okay. Always need more metal, so that doesn't even make a difference. Let's take those. And the wood, I think, was on the third one. We'll put that in there. We will make ourselves 2 health. Make ourselves another one of those. Okay. Let's go repair our armor. Let's... Nope, our air tank is full. We didn't go down. No, we didn't go down. Okay. Build. We don't need any of that right now. We need... Black powder gun workshop. See, and it takes 2 modern parts to do that. And I don't... Did I build one of those? What is this back here? Black powder gun workshop. So I've got one of these. But I need gun parts. Or I gotta do this scrap pistol. But duct tape is the thing that I don't know. Duct tape. Do that. Okay, let's just see if we have enough to make a scrap pistol, even though we sold all that stuff. Take some of that. We need to go grab some of this. And let's see. Well, you make one and then that's bogus. Okay. Put that back. Keep that. Take those, put one back, and then the metal. Take a little stack of 20. Craft that. Okay. And then we need black powder ammo and black powder, which we can make. Take some of that. We got black powder. Take some of that. All right, let's go back over here. Black powder. Covers that. And then I think we needed metal, right? Just regular metal. Okay. 40 rounds. We'll take that, swap that out. Let's go ahead and put that and that down here. We can get 8 rounds out of that. Okay. I kind of find it interesting. We can do 8 rounds of black powder in a magazine, but I'm going to go with it. Brendan Westfall, welcome. Let's put that up. Okay. So now we have a gun. All right. So let's see. We're going to take... Let's get up where we can see. Probably should take that place now. What did we run out? Did we run out of metal or did we run out of black powder? No, black powder. Let's get a few more rounds. Oh, I need 10. Okay. That was pointless. All right. Well, so I think that's going to be our next attack right there. Because it's got copper on it, and we need copper. It's either that one or it's going to be that one over there, because both of those two have copper on them. And I need the copper for the next level to get to this level. Need 10 copper. Need 5 modern parts, but we need the 10 copper, and that's what we're going to need to get to the next one. So... all right, we are at right about 2 hours, so I'm going to call that a stream. I've got to run off to a doctor's appointment. You know, they're going to make sure I still have a brain and everything in my head. So we're going to run off and go do that. And then when we get back this evening, we'll be playing 7 Days to Die again with the survivalist difficulty. We are going to get our ass kicked on the 7-day horde right when we get back. So you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you turn on those notifications. You pay attention. It probably is going to be around 5:30. Time frame is when that's going to be. Just because it's an MRI with contrast. So those take just a little bit longer usually. And so it probably will be about 5:30 or 6 o'clock when I get back. We're going to jump right back into the 7 days survivalist level and play the 7-day horde and watch us get our butt kicked. So thank you for hanging out with me for this afternoon, and we will catch all of you on the next stream. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate the follows, appreciate the likes. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and we will catch you on the next stream.